Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and here's a situation that you must come across all the time in your daily life. You want to know how many factories to assign to different things in Hearts of Iron Black Ice. In order to do that, all you have to do is guess, and then when you see that your stockpiles are not quite what you want them to be, adjust them to taste, right? That's all you need to do. Or you could spend about 2.5 hours building a spreadsheet, which calculates exactly what you should do for you. So here's this spreadsheet that I've built. It is in the description, in the description, probably not the comments, but in the description of this video. There will be a link for you to download it. You need Excel to be able to run it. It might work in Google Sheets, but I don't know. And I'm not going to test it. All you have to do is come in here and input the base. Firstly, input the number of military factories you have. Then input the number of vehicle, uniform, small arms, and artillery factories you have. Then input how much percent of your factories you want to focus on some particular goal, whether it's building your elite infantry, your garrisons, your tanks, your aircraft, or managing your logistics. In this case, we're going to put 50% on infantry, 10% garrisons, 15% tanks, 20% aircraft, and 5% logistics. This is actually not the case, though, so let's update this to reflect what I'm actually planning on doing on this campaign for the time being, which is to put nothing into tanks and 65% onto infantry. So, if you are to spend 65% of your industry on infantry, that gives you 24.05 factories out of the 37 that you have in total. This is the English starting number of factories, incidentally. Next, you write down, first off, make sure that this shows a 1, because if it shows 1, good job. If it shows 0, then make the above total 100. You mup it, because percentages in this case can't be higher or lower than 100. Next, get your infantry, right? And you're going to get the value. So we're just getting the number of factories we have for our infantry pulled down to here. And then list the number of types of equipment that are in it. Over here on the right, we have a lookup table, which lists all of the different types of items that you can build. And you can then put in their base costs. Now, these base costs are, bear in mind, of the currently used variant of this item. So there are different kinds of transport trucks. There are different types of prime mover. This is for the current variant that you are using. And that's a value you have to manually enter from the tech screen, not the production screen, because the production screen includes various different things which can affect the cost of your item. Next, you don't have to do this if you're using the spreadsheet, but you work out what focus group those things are in. Because if you go into equipment factories in Black Ice, you can actually focus on different things here. So that's important to know which focus group they're in, but I have already handily done that for you. Next, you calculate the modifier on that cost based on the number of, say, equipment factories you have. So as England, to start off with, you actually have 1 artillery factory, 2 small arm factories, no uniform factories, and no vehicle factories. So in this case, for vehicles, the cost is just going to be 1. Then you can calculate, which I realize is actually not quite on screen for you. You could then calculate the true cost of each of those items, having applied the modifiers from the number of factories that you have over here, which is the case of vehicles is none, because Britain starts with no vehicle factories, but it does start with some small arms factories, in which case you can see that does in fact make a difference here. Next, your table down here will use this, you put the count as well in of how many of each item you need. And then using this handy dandy VLOOKUP table, it will calculate the cost per item, and then the full cost, which is just multiplying the cost per item with the count of items. Then you work out the percentage of the total cost that is coming from each of these individual items. Next, you work out, if you were to use that percentage of that many factories, how many factories is that? Unfortunately, in Hearts of Iron, we can't use non-integer factories, so we then have to round up. And here are the number of factories you should assign. You will notice something right away, which is that when you only have 24 military factories assigned to building an infantry division, you actually need 33 to try and get the closest optimal ratios that you can. At which point you will have to make some actual decisions all on your own, like, for example, turning down the number of field uniforms you're making because it's 3.1 and we've rounded it up to 4 in this case, or transport trucks down to 1, in order to actually make it fit within the budget of the number of factories that you actually have. And that's how you can use this spreadsheet. I had to show you this because I feel that it validates me making it. If you want to watch the full video of me going slightly mad and going onto the Excel forums and talking to the Black Ice devs in the process of making this, that 2.5 hour long video will be uploaded at some point after this one. This is, of course, my roundabout way of announcing the fact that a YouTube Black Ice campaign is coming up. So look forward to that. You know what I should do? I should probably save this. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to use this yourself, God help you. It's in the comments, sorry, in the description. And yeah, if you'd like to, of course, go ahead. Black Ice series is coming, and look forward to seeing you there. We're going to be playing as Britain. It's going to be a good time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.